Eric, what time is it?
1:52.
Hold on. 1:52. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's the witching hour. We're getting up. We're going on this night hike.
Yep.
Growled at you or something?
It was a howl.
It was a howl?
A real loud howl at a distance. It was like, I woke up probably after, as it was trailing off. Like it was, you know, how they real loud, then it gets a little like the echo part was, and it was loud.
Hold up. Dog's hit on something. The Red Dirt Cryptid Investigations team had been receiving a lot of reports from one particular area down in southeastern Oklahoma of dogman activity. We had also heard whispers of the fact that there were caves in this particular area. We later found a tourism map from the area that was from the 1950s that actually listed the caves on them and had a general location of the caves. So we decided that maybe this was a good place to look for dogman. Dogmen tend to be a lot harder to track down than Bigfoot. With Bigfoot, you know they're going to be somewhere around a water source and far away from human population. But with dogman reports, they seem to come in from all sorts of locations. Some of them are near water. Some of them are pretty far away from water sources. So it kind of keeps us guessing. So when you get several dogman reports from one specific location, you tend to start looking at that area with a little bit different type of eye. So we packed up our gear and we headed out to this one particular location. And it turned out to be one of the coldest weekends of the year. Our original intention was to backpack further in, closer to the area where the caves were, but it was so bitterly cold that we decided it might be prudent to stay closer to the vehicles. It's not quite cold enough to snow.
I think it is.
Go sleep.
Yeah. It'll probably get that cold tonight.
What is it? 37 to 43 is
Yeah.
prime.
I don't know. I haven't checked it recently.
Something like that.
We'll see.
Do this countdown, Vern.
All right, 1, 2, 3. All together now. Yeah, do it again.
Second time.
Yeah.
Let's wait a second. Let's do it all at the same time.
No. Like when I start blowing, then count 1, 2, 3, and then he blows 1, 2, 3, then you blow.
Okay.
It would last longer. 3, 2, 1, Vern.
3, 2, 1. It doesn't echo much.
Hold on, Vern. We're gonna listen.
All right, no more. Let's put them up. We don't want to overdo it. Nothing unusual happened that night, except for some creature came walking through the woods to the east of us. We're not sure what it was, and we didn't find any tracks. So the next morning we got up, drank some coffee, and we headed out to look for the caves. It almost looks like it's starting to drop back down again, doesn't it? See all the leaves? See how they're different? It's like it's this little mini holdout of oaks.
Surrounded by rock?
Well, it's like the rocks are a little more exposed here. But the oaks would leave, you know what, the acorns, you know, which is a food source. But it's amazing how this little batch of oaks, how the terrain looks different than when you're in the pines. I mean, well, I don't see anything spectacular. Perhaps we need to quit deviating from our 240-degree bearing. Yeah, you can see the mountain right there. Barely. We're heading in the right direction. Hey, look. I found psychedelic mushrooms. I know how we can find Bigfoot. Or we'll see him anyway. Quite a little animal trail.
Oh, looks like something was laying here, like a log.
Oh, it's a trail.
This? Oh, okay.
And that's a small animal trail.
Oh, I see it now.
Good place to put a snare if that was legal. I think we're heading the wrong direction.
Going that way?
Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, we need to head further right. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to maintain 240-degree bearing.
Looks like a deer blind.
What'd you say?
Looks like a deer blind.
Yeah. Is it right along that trail? What's the deal with that low spot around your feet?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
It just looks like all the leaves are flattened off around it.
I don't know. This big tree sure does go up at a funny angle. You may be right, but it's hard to find evidence. Have you guys found anything interesting? So far, we're striking out.
Not really. I did kind of glance back up towards the hill, towards the camp, and there's an X up there on the hill. And on the way out, I was going to inspect it.
Okay, that makes good sense. All right, well, just it's good to know that we still have radio reception, because we've been heading south, west by southwest, basically was our bearing.
Roger that. Yeah, when we got to the creek, we took a left.
Okay, well, whatever you do, make every effort to save the dog.
Okay.
Over and out for now. Okay, we stumbled on this odd little tree. This limb shows signs of twisting, and same tree, signs of twisting. This limb is broken as well. Maybe, and this is some type of, I don't know what kind of tree this is. Maybe you guys, I don't think it's an oak.
Yeah,
well, no, the oak has the, I know the bark looks like that, but look at the leaves. I don't know what they are. But anyway, interesting. It's like a marker, and we're kind of on a trail. Like there, you can kind of see, it kind of looks like some kind of big game trail or something. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but I think we're getting close to our target area of where we're hoping that the caves may be. So Eric stumbled upon this hollow tree that's been hit by lightning, and it looks like something has been either rubbing on this tree or it's been hit a lot, and the bark down at the bottom, hear how it carries? It's like it has a reverberation effect.
I'm using a dead stick that broke.
Use the rock.
And then the rock.
Now, a thing that I noticed that was weird about this is this tree is located kind of on a high spot. We're on a ridge line right now, if you kind of have a hard time telling. I mean, going this way, it's all downhill. This is a ridge line that we're on.
How about you, Brian? You got a copy?
Uh-oh. I think Jeff may have heard us knocking. Roger that. What's up?
We'll just let you know we're making our way back to camp.
Ask them if they could hear any. No.
Did you hear any tree knocks?
I heard Vern taking his axe and knocking off a piece of fat wood.
No.
Okay, roger that. Well, not only did they not hear that, but we didn't hear Vern using his axe. So it's either a deficiency of volume or a deficiency of our ears, or there could be maybe some terrain in between us. So apparently it's getting closer to lunchtime. Okay, well, we made it to, I don't know, but I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Dude, that's beautiful.
Hold on.
Okay, so we are confused. We've been walking west by southwest, or attempting to, for what, hour? And now we're completely turned around. Now it's saying that is north, and we need to go back that way, but we came from that direction.
This is saying north. That north is that way.
Uh-huh.
And we came from that way.
Uh-huh. How could we have come from the north? The highway's from the north.
We've been walking south.
Well,
But
I thought we were walking west. But your Garmin, I mean, we have to trust our instruments here.
now it's saying south.
No, that's south, according to mine.
Okay. That way south.
So we need to head south along the ridge line, and then we'll buck back east to the camp. Worst case scenario, if we keep heading south, we'll hit that National Forest Road.
No, camp is that way.
All right. We've got a new bearing and a new route. All we got to do is get through the briars and the brambles. Oh boy. Thorny vine. Jeez. Well, there we go. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Oh, here's another thing worth noting. The water is running that way.
Yeah.
Which is another dead giveaway. Well,
going in the right direction.
We know this creek flows north. So now this is a nice hike. Keep your eyes on that far bank, the caves. We're looking for rock outcroppings, really. Every step's an ankle twister, isn't it? Walk slow. Look at that, isn't it pretty? Well, if it was summertime, I'd be down there looking for a swimming hole. Hey.
Huh.
Did you step right there?
I don't think so.
That's a footprint.
Yeah. Did you move this rock?
What?
This rock.
It has been moved, hasn't it?
A while ago.
Grubs. Look at the woodpeckers have been doing work. Wow. Well, it looks like we're turning, whether we want to or not. Oh, look at this. That looks like a swimming hole down there.
I'll hold your phone if you want.
You'll film me?
Is that the X Jeff is talking about, maybe?
Oh, that is. I don't know if that's the X. It's an old X.
Tree fell, lamb. That's the root ball, right?
That looks like the roots to me.
That's probably the top of the tree. You know, that top is to that tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say this is natural.
Yeah. Interesting though. But I don't think this is the one that Jeff was talking about. Because if it was, they were way off course. And I almost wish I'd have brought my hiking stick. Watch behind me. Come on, Bubba. As we got back to camp, it just kept getting colder and colder, and we decided that we were not going to go backpacking further in. We were just going to stay at our base camp. So we hunkered in for the night and tried to stay warm. So, on a completely unbiased thought process, what do you think the advantages and disadvantages of taking a dog squatching? Now, obviously, like last night, he alerted you to the fact that there was something walking in the woods out there, do you think you would have known that if it wasn't for the dog?
No, he acts more almost as, and if we do hear it, that's at the same time I look at it as confirmation.
Yeah.
And
Has he been, other than of course feeding you, has he been a hindrance in any way?
no, not at all. Well, other than when he begs from you all, but that's just his
It's a
nature.
food thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, did he stay close to you whenever he was out hiking today?
When we hike, what he does is I let him lead, like about 10 to 15 feet, and he'll get 10 to 15 feet in front of me. But when he's walking in front of me, he's checking the ground, he's tracking, and he will stop, or if he hears something, he stops and freezes. You know,
Like a bird does?
yeah, he's got that bred into him. Because he's a dogo, he'll do his tail kind of like a bird dog, and he'll freeze. Now, sometimes it's just false alarms, but it's also him.
Do you know what he means when he says dogo?
No.
It's the breed of dog. He's a Dogo Argentino,
Oh.
and so they raise these dogs to.
They look like pit bulls.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I thought he was just pit bull.
No, he's a Dogo, and how you can kind of tell a Dogo is they'll have a solid white body and some spots on them that's undercoat, and then a small patch that's got to take up. Usually, like they want it to be less than 10% of their face, but it'll be like a little tan spot on their face. And not all of them have it, but that's a common trait.
Well, other than a night sentry, what other attributes do you think that having a dog brings to the table?
Oh, protection for one. He's and like right now, he is just tuckered out from doing what he's on.
Well,
I mean,
you know,
look at his eyes are red.
no dog is going to be able to protect you from a Sasquatch.
No.
He might give you some time,
Yeah,
but other than that, well, sometimes time is the thing.
yeah.
Maybe all you need is a few seconds
And
to
I
get
think
to your vehicle or something.
I think that the alert factor is might be there too.
Yeah, the alert thing is probably the number one thing. I'm just, you know,
I don't think Squatches are afraid of them. I think that they can definitely rip one in half.
well, a lot of people report that. You know, I think one of the key factors in having a dog on an outing is that there not be a yapping dog.
Yeah,
Your dog I've only heard him bark once, and that was last night in the middle of the night.
yeah. He's only going to alert. They don't bark. This breed won't bark at just random barking. He's got to have a reason to do it.
Well, it seems like to me that as long as your dog is quiet and chill
Yeah.
and minds his manners, it seems like to me having a dog on these Squatch outs is an attribute. Although one could argue that maybe if a Sasquatch, say for instance a set of juveniles was coming in to just check out the humans, they might just stay out of there if there was a dog there.
Yeah.
So he might act as a deterrent for some youthful play, and having them come into camp at night, because that's actually one of the best interactions you'll get, is having them come into camp and tinker. But
Look
if
at stuff.
it's possible, I mean, it's hard to say what a Sasquatch is thinking, but you know, a dog might actually deter that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
We tried to stay up late this night, and again, we had another visitor come through on the east side of camp. The dog alerted to it, and of course, we didn't find any evidence the next day. We did hear some unusual vocalizations that night. We had some issues with our audio recording equipment, of course, and I swear we have more problems with electronics than anything else. Last night, about after dark, considerably after dark, I don't know, it was at least 9:30 when all this stuff was going down. It was like all hell broke loose, and we kept hearing these very odd coyote sounds. And then there's some people apparently camping further down, I don't know, maybe a mile down the way. And apparently they have dogs, because we could hear what sounded like domestic dogs going off. And Then, later on, we could hear these coyotes and these domestic dogs. There was some owl noises, but they sounded pretty legitimate. Except for those one owls before you went to bed that were just doing the single whoos, now those sounded kind of odd, but then there was some better sounding owls noises later. But then what, about 3 o'clock in the morning?
Weird.
Something came through over here on this side of camp and was walking through. Same thing happened last night, but this night it was different. It growled at you or something?
It was a howl.
It was a howl?
A real loud howl in the distance. It was like, I woke up probably as it was trailing off. Like it was, how they real loud, then it gets a little, like the echo part was, and it was loud.
So we should have it on audio.
Yeah, should, and it was,
But they
everybody was asleep.
whatever it was also came.
Yeah, it was back right over in
the
there.
Camp. Must have-
Something came over here and was going on that side of my vehicle. And Jeff's Dutch oven is sitting over there, and it's still got a little bit of food in it left over. And the lid on it was moved. So, interesting. We did have some kind of activity. Hopefully the audio files give us some more data. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
After having had coffee, we headed out into the woods, headed towards the south to look for the bear caves again. We split up after a while and went 2 different directions again to cover more territory. I was telling my wife this morning, when I get home, I'm going to take a hot shower and I'm going to sleep like a stone. What you looking at?
I was trying to shoot it. He's wanting to go to directly to that spot right here, and it's straight that way.
All right. Let's go that way.
And it's fairly
Is that
flat.
okay? Or do you want us to go with you?
No?
Okay.
So that'll cut me across. Where I'm going to go is right through here, across that creek. It's pretty easy crossing right there, but it's real steep on some, like right through here. It's kind of steep on.
All right, just be careful. You got a radio?
I don't have one, but he's got one.
Well,
And
if you're going along,
I'll go.
you're going with
Yeah,
it.
he's going with
okay.
it.
I copy that, hybrid. Come in. I think I got the general gist of that, but you're breaking up and I couldn't hear you real good. Bad copy, I repeat, bad copy. Our location, we are upstream. I'm not really sure of the distance from you, but we are upstream from you. Eric, you got a radio copy? Great. I'm all alone again. David Paulides warns us about these things. This place is amazing.
Gotta look for gold nuggets first.
Well, it's definitely possible, huh? Let's see if I can film this without busting my ass. You know, on a side note, you might find arrowheads. So Eric and I, while Eric's up there checking out that rock, we are basically on an old road, a very old road. You can kind of see it here as it skirts this creek. This road is real old, and it's kind of hard to say, but it used to go down here and skirt and keep going that way. But it's not a very wide road, which kind of makes me think, and again, I could be wrong, that this could have at one time been a wagon road, but pure speculation. Can we get through there? It gets thick, man. You can kind of see the road now a little bit better. But it was definitely a road at one time. You can kind of see how the rocks are pushed out to the side. Some crazy heavy equipment operator once upon a time probably came through here with a dozer that ran on steam. Careful. That's pretty steep.
3 points of contact.
Yes. Whew. Oh man. We are way in here. I am flat out whipped. Eric's not whipped yet. He's definitely in better shape than me. This place is pretty hardcore. Take a look. It's good to be this far back in. We have not found the bear caves yet, but we've covered a lot of ground. We can mark off a lot of quadrants over here in this area as have been searched. But it is nice. Well, that was a really long hike, but we got back about an hour before it got dark. So we went ahead and we ate some food, and then we went ahead and crashed. As soon as the sun went down, we set our alarms for 1 o'clock in the morning. We figured the most active time is supposedly between 1 and 3, right? Seems like the best time to be
so here
out.
we go. We've got, we're fixing to head out. Eric, what time is it?
152.
Hold on. 1:52. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's the witching hour. We're getting up. We're going on this night hike. While we're gone, Jeff is going to be recording with his, it's an H4 Zoom, right?
I believe so, yeah.
H4 Zoom, as we're going down the trails. And we're basically going to be heading out and seeing if we can get anything to follow us. Or maybe do something crazy like throw a rock at us. So here we go. Hold up. Dog's hit on something. What do you see? That's some thick bush.
What's over, Finn? Okay.
The night hike was uneventful. We got back to camp and we had to stoke the fire. We stayed up for a while.
There we go.
It's pretty cool little hand bellows.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. They're
Worth-
super handy. They will bring a fire back to life so fast.
Saves the lungs and the face and eyebrows.
Yeah. We used to lay down, put our head down close to the ground, and we would blow with our mouth.
You know what else I found that works really good is those new camp fans that got like a little light on them and they're portable.
Oh,
Just kick it on, hold that fan right
oh
there,
Lord.
and
Yeah, I
there's no
bet that would. Just nice when you get back to camp to have a campfire.
yeah, get that.
It's still freaking cold.
Like
Oh.
right now, I can feel the moisture.
Yeah,
My
I
blue shirt
know.
was pulling off.
I mean, we were gone a while. I don't think I was sweating, but I'm probably going to know here in a few minutes because we just sat down. If I was sweating, I'll get real cold real fast. Why, Jeff? What kind of coffee are you preparing there?
Texas Squatch. For the serious squatcher. Right on time.
Perfect one. We covered a lot of territory this weekend. Did a lot of hiking. I can't really speak for Jeff and Vern, but Eric and I, we hiked a long way back in search of these bear caves up the side of the mountain. And I gotta admit, it was pretty hard on me. I probably set the record for, fat boy extreme hiking this weekend. I am exhausted and I'm whipped. I think I need a shower and a nap. So anyway, we're fixing to head home, but first we've got to make the last stop. We're going to run into town and go get some breakfast. We got camp broke early enough that we can go get some breakfast. It's only 9 o'clock right now. And of course we can't, I can't leave without swinging through Tallahena to go visit Tanya and go see Chuck. So we're gonna go do that too. We'll take you with us on that. Should be fun.